Hi everyone, I hope you don't mind the dishwasher. Today I'm coming to you from a different room. This is the living room. Ignore everything. So it's in the morning. I think 2 days ago I filmed my Flosstube update to what I've been working on in the last 6-7 months. So today I want to start doing wheel spinning again and having more like a video where I show you on the go what I'm working on. Yeah, sorry if you hear the dishwasher. I hope you can't hear it too loud and you still are able to understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, so currently actively I'm working on 2 pieces I've designed myself. This will be a small cube. I hope it works out. I don't know yet how I will make it up. Maybe it would have been better if I did the squares separately and then sewed them up all in one piece, but yeah. I will try to make it look right this way. Maybe I can do a small tutorial or like tutorial. I show you how I do it the first time I ever did it. But yeah. And the other one is from the same design inspiration. Maybe if you saw the Grand Budapest Hotel, the movie, I quite enjoyed it. And if you know, there are the big pink patisserie boxes from Mendl's, and I turned this into a stitch pattern. It has quite a lot of backstitch, and I told you in the last video I didn't enjoy that much backstitch on like the Rose with Heart, but I think if it's the right fabric count for the right kind of backstitch, I actually don't mind it, and I think it fits the design better than doing it like in full crosses. And as you see, it has a lot of those swirly bits, and I think it looks just better in backstitch than if I tried to convert it to crosses. And I think if I converted to crosses, I would have had to make it an even bigger piece. So this is a 32 count even weave. Yeah, so up here everything is finished. So I still have to do a ton of swirly bits on this part, and there is a border that goes all around. So I think the full crosses are like 1500 stitches left, which are mostly the border. But yeah, I don't have a stitch count for the back stitches, so I don't know exactly how many stitches there are. I hope I can finish it in the next 3 days, but yeah, I'm optimistic about it since I'm very motivated to get it done. So the pieces I'm designing myself, I don't add specifically to my whip count. They are more like they count for me as one whip, since I'm always very focused on them and try to finish them as soon as I can. But for my other whips, I want to do some wheel spinning again. So I added all my whips to the wheel except my full coverage, like my full coverage, like the fish cat. Oh, I dropped my needles. Be careful. But yeah, this is more like when I feel like stitching on it. Currently I'm not feeling like stitching on it. I don't know if I would have to put it in a different place than on my couch, so maybe if I put it somewhere else I will be more likely to work on it. But yeah, currently it lives here. I hope maybe I can finish another page in July, maybe 2 pages. I really don't know, maybe nothing will get done on it. But yeah, I'm quite happy with my projects. Not where this specifically is at, but I have thought enough about it and I'm fine with where it is. It's just I would have loved to finish it a few months, weeks ago, but as long as it gets progress, I'm quite happy, and I'm sure I will finish it one day. But yeah, so I put all my projects in the spinning wheel. I don't know how many there are. I guess around 29 if you minus the full coverage piece here. Yeah, so let's start and see, because my plan is, or like to introduce it's right. So my name is Teresa. My plan is to stitch on each project every year, and just to make sure that I get to them and I get progress on every piece. I try to do wheel spinning every year, so I started it last year, and I don't have specific stitch count goals on them because they are very different, from like half cross to full coverage to smaller to very big pieces. So I will look at each piece individually when it's called and make specific goals that make sense for the project. So yeah, let's start. Oh, that's fun, because I haven't worked on it for like, I think, approximately a year, because this is my first Chatelaine I ever started. So yeah, it's Hydrangea Autumn Fog Garden, I think it's called, like the full name. It's a, I think, I haven't looked specifically into it. I think it's more like on the smaller end of the Chatelaines. But yeah, let me get it and I will show it to you and tell you what my goals are. Here I've got it. I'm stitching this on a 32 count even weave. I'm pretty sure. I hope I don't. I don't mess up the counts, and it's actually a 28 count. But so this is where I'm at. It's quite a small start, but I'm not really stressing about getting it anywhere very fast. So yeah, I think the center part is will be a charm. So I don't think it's getting filled in with stitches anyway. Yeah, I think there's going to be quite a big bead in here. So yeah, maybe. So there will be a border like this and some flowers around, some yellow flowers. If you know it, I think you maybe can recollect it. But there are so many Chatelaines, so you probably don't know. So I figured out what I want to stitch. So this is from the Chatelaine gallery. You can look it up. There you can see stitched pictures of almost all Chatelaines, I think. Or I think probably all Chatelaines. So if you want a better like picture, yeah, again, on how it would probably look like if you stitch it up. They have very nice close-up pictures and how the beads will look. So, or on different fabrics, like darker, lighter fabrics, I can only recommend. So yeah. Okay. But yeah, as you probably saw, in the middle there's this big charm, and I have this smaller bluish outline done. Oh, I think I also have the bigger. But yeah, my plan is to maybe get to the screen border. So this doesn't look like a ton of stitches, but since I have to change so much floss and it's so much specialty floss and stuff, and some of this might be beads, so I will do the beads at the end of the piece when I'm done with all the stitches. So it might take me longer than for like another project with a different fabric count, with a different thread count and different also fabric count and different stitches, because also there are a ton of specialty stitches, so it just takes longer because I have to look into it, how each stitch is done and which thread to use, which is also not the easiest to figure out all the time. So like here you see there are some specialty stitches. I would love to get to the flowers here, but I think it's probably unrealistic. But yeah, I'm quite happy if I get the outer square done. But yeah, so this and the next one will probably be the flowers, and the next goal will be the back stitches here. So if I call it a few times this year or not, we will see how many times I do the wheel spinning, or if I will focus on finishing some pieces, because I have a few pieces only have like 5,000 stitches left. So yeah, hello cat. Or like, she's called Leanie. I don't know if you care, but yeah, she likes to join me when the baby is sleeping, because the baby is always on me, or like a ton of the time. So when he's sleeping, she always comes here and is very overly attached because yeah. But in time, he will get older, and there are more humans to cuddle and yeah, and pet you. So, but yeah, that's my plan. I will get to you when I have any progress on any of the pieces, so like my self-crafted pieces or like the Chatelaine, and if I do, I will spin again. So yeah, wish me luck. I don't know if it will be weeks or days when I will get back to you, but you will know when the time comes. See you then. Bye. Hi, I'm back. I filmed the last part on like Wednesday last week, and today it's Monday, so it took me almost 1 week. I hope the other project will be a bit faster because the year doesn't have 30 weeks left and I have about 30 projects. But yeah, let me show you where I got to, what I got done, and spin the wheel again. I will turn you around and show you what's been happening in the last week. So, I almost finished the cube. There was only the assembly, so the fully finishing left. But I want to do a video on it, on how to finish it, or probably, I don't know. I'm not too sure yet, but I plan to do a tutorial on it, and also finishing with a cute bow and stuff. So, this is where it's now, so I count it as a finish. I don't know when I will get to do the fully finish, but yeah, this is how it looks like. And I'm quite happy. And the other one, I finished the piece I charted myself. This is the same as this box, but it's only the logo, like one side of the box. It's quite big. It's, I think, I only know it in centimeters. It's like 30 to 40 centimeters per side, depending on which frame you will do it. So yeah, here is some cat hair and dirt, but if you ever live with some animals, you know how it is with cross-stitching crafts and furry friends. But yeah, and now the most important part, the Chatelaine. It looks quite small next to my hands, and excuse my hands, they are not the cleanest and stuff, but yeah, I will probably never be a hand model. So this is where I got to. I got more done and less done at the same time than I thought. So the empty spaces here will all have beads, so I thought that there will be a ton more stitches, but since I will do the beads later, there weren't anything to do, so I stitched all things in the edges and I added the flowers all around. So the next part would be the back stitch. I can show you on the Chatelaine gallery website, so let me push it down 1 second. So this is how the middle part will look. This, you can look at the Chatelaine gallery, they have the pictures there. So I'm about here, you see all of these are beads, and the next would be the back stitches here, and they all have beads everywhere. So it's very bead heavy, but yeah, I quite enjoyed it. It went faster than I thought, but yeah, this is enough for me because this is like what I planned. I would hope to pull it out again this year and maybe be able to put in all the backstitch, but for now I'm happy where I got to. I didn't have any big plans. I think this would amount to like almost 600 stitches. I counted the full crosses, but like there are a ton of specialty stitches and back stitches, so it's kind of hard to give an estimate at how many stitches I did, but I think it's around 600 because the normal stitches were like 390 or somewhere around that. So with the specialty stitches and stuff, it probably would be like around 600 normal crosses. But yeah, I'm quite happy. So this will go away again. I hope I can soon put it on a scroll frame. I'm not concerned about these hoop marks because it wasn't in that long and they will disappear in no time. And as I said, the bigger it gets, as soon as it doesn't fit in a normal nerd hoop, I will probably put it in a scroll frame, and I will steam it before that. And yeah, because you can't wash it because those are like hand-dyed silks, and I don't think they will hold up that well. But steaming, I think, should be fine, especially before the beads are added. I should be fine. So since I had my first goal finished, let's spin it again and see which project comes up next. Sheherazade stream. I haven't touched it in a long time, like half a year ago at the end of last year. Let me pull it out and get back to you 1 second. So, this is Sheherazade stream. This is where I was last time, so like probably when you saw my whip parade, this is how far it was, since I haven't stitched on it since then. Let me look where I'm currently at. 1 second. So I'm at 2057 stitches, which is like 4.63% done. I hope I can get it over 5%. So I guess, yeah, 5% would probably only be 100 stitches. I will, let's say, add another 1000 stitches. I think that would be a good number, because there's, so let's get over the 3000 stitches mark. So this is what it will look like probably when it's finished. I'm stitching it on a 40 count vintage country mocha from Zweigart. Stitched 1/2 strands of fabric. So yeah, maybe I can get more of like this done, so maybe do all of the outline. I don't know to which stitch count it would get me, but I think that would be a nice point to get it to. So I think that would be a nice point. I can look what color this is. You will see in green the stitches. This color is, so I will probably take this color all around. Would be, I think, a good goal. Probably wouldn't get me to the full 1000 stitches, but maybe I can do some fill-in of the other 2 brown colors. But yeah, maybe I can get it up to the border. That would be great. Maybe, because I love like having the borders mapped out of the patterns I'm doing, because it gives me a better feeling about where I'm at in the pattern when I just look at it, because I love that I started in the middle, but yeah, I think the border would be a good goal. You can't see it on here, but it has some back stitching in it. But yeah, getting all up here and maybe from here to the border, so I don't have to count that far, and I'm not that likely to make counting errors, because I would hate that. Because throwing on 40 count, it's not very satisfying. Overall throwing isn't nice, but yeah, over 40 count, probably even worse than usual. But yeah, see you when I get to it. Bye! So, good morning. It's currently Wednesday. I think the last clip I filmed was on Monday. So it only took me 2 days to, or like 1.5 days, to get the next part done. So let me flip you over and show you where I got to. This is where I got to. So I did all those brown stitches here, those columns, and I started on the fill-in up here of the yellow stitches. I hope you can see it properly on the camera. So I didn't make it up to the border and opted instead to do the fill-in here, because it was a bit easier, didn't have any color changes, because there's a bunch of yellow up here, so, but there will be some flowers inside here. So I was able to do 1035 stitches. I'm now at over 6%, just I think a little bit over 6%, but not a ton. And yeah, I'm quite happy. It's like now a bit over 3000 stitches. Yeah, I don't know when I will pull it up again, but I'm quite happy with the progress, but also like happy to take the next piece out. I can't wait what the spinning will choose next for me. So I will take it here. So I changed a bit on it. I added my full coverage cat with the fishes on it, because I think otherwise I won't get to stitch on it if I don't put it on here, because otherwise I will prioritize all the things that are on here, and it's kind of unlikely for me to stitch on multiple pieces outside of the wheel spinning, so I put it on here so that I get at least some stitching done. But yeah, let's start it and see what gets chosen. A full coverage piece that I haven't touched in quite a while. I think it's almost a year, so let me pull it up one sec. Here it is. It's a full coverage piece that I started at the beginning of last year, I think. Show you. I think it's not even 1% done. This is Deep Breath. I think breath, not breathe. That would be like kind of false. But yeah, show the full chart. So it's not a ton done if you look at it. It has 1,711 stitches done. It's at 0.6%. It has still a ton of stitches to get to. So let me show you what it will look like. I can't wait to get to more of the colors, but I'm still like up here. I would love to maybe get the page finish. Let's see what I need to do to get a page finish. 4,000 stitches. So since this is stitched half cross, it could be a possibility. Let's see. Okay, there are only 4 colors that only have 1 stitch, and 1 color that has 900 stitches. Let's see. I will try to get a ton done. I can't promise anything, but yeah, it would be nice if I could get a page finish, but I don't even know if I have all the colors on floss drops yet, because I think the last time I stitched on it, I floss dropped them on the go, so it could take some time for me to get it done. But yeah, I will try to get some stitches in and show you when I think it's enough. But yeah, I also could get to 1%. That would be less than 1,000 stitches. So yeah, probably a bit more. I think 1% isn't the main goal. So maybe I want to do at least 2,000 stitches, because they are half crosses, so they should be quicker than the other projects. But also it's a full coverage, so you have more. You have to switch colors and stuff. But yeah, I will get back to you when I have something to show. See you then. Bye. Hi everyone. We are in my living room again. So I finished the stitching. I planned on New Breath, the full coverage piece. So here you can see. Sorry, it's probably the light in the background is not helping. But yeah, I got about 2,200 stitches done, and it's mostly, whoops, sorry. It's mostly over here. I filled in this area completely, and I did some of the darker stitches here and here, and yeah, I got all the stitches done here. So yeah, you see my traveling stitches in the background. But yeah, it's very light colors here, so you don't really see them that well on the stitching, but yeah, I think the lighting helps. Yeah, so I'm quite happy. I got a ton of the colors here done. I did not get a page finish because I want to finish my threads, so there are like 2 to 3 stitches in the page, and all of the other stitches are outside of the page. So to get a page finish, I would have done a ton more stitches than the 3,000 stitches that were left in the page. So I think the page is still at about 3,000 stitches left. But yeah, I'm quite happy. I got a ton of stitches over here. I got into a bunch of the other colors, which is quite nice, because all the light beige stitching here you almost couldn't see, especially in the evening. But yeah, got some light orangey colors over here, and I'm looking forward to get more into the colors. I thought maybe like doing the top 2 rows of squares, like 10 by 10 blocks, all the way over here. So with not parking, I would get a bunch of more stitches down here. So I think that's maybe the plan for the next time I pull this out. But yeah, let's do some wheel spinning and see which project I get to next. So let's try it like this without flipping you over. 1 second. Just had to check that I took all the projects off that I already worked on, so let's see where I get to. So, castles in the air. Isn't it castles in the sky? I think castles in the air, yeah. So I have it with me, which is funny. Or funny, it's not that funny, but I already have it in the living room because it's one of the projects that I work on a bit more. It's like the next long dog I plan on finishing, and I think I've shown it to you in the last video because I already worked on it this year. So this is where it's at. So I have the full border down here and up here. I don't know what I will be working on. Maybe I will take this checkerboard border down here as well, or maybe get into some of the motifs, but probably do the border. I think I wanted to get the full border done and maybe then go to the middle of the piece. So let's see where it's currently at. So it's at 2,884 stitches. So here you can see 2,884 stitches. I'm at 12%. Maybe I can get it to 20%. Unlikely, but I would have to do another 2,000 stitches. Not fully 2,000 stitches, but maybe I can get to it. Now that I think about it, 2,000 stitches should be okay on this project because I stitch it in hand. I get progress quite quickly. Yeah, maybe get to the next 10%. That would be like 8% more, and it would be a nice progress because yeah, it would be another project at 20% because most of my projects are like over 50% or like 3-4 projects I think I have that are over 50%. And all the others are like under 10%, or most of them are under 10%. So it would be very nice to get it to a place where it has a ton more progress and get it anywhere near maybe 25 to 50%. Yeah, that's what I'm planning to do. So if you want to see, can show you where it will be when it's finished, so you can see the back stitch. It's just a mock-up, but yeah, I think it's a great pattern. I really like it. The stitches are very big because it's a 28 count fabric, so it's like on 14 count either. But yeah, that's what my plan is. Maybe I can get the full border around, but I think that's probably more than 2,000%. We will see. I will let you know the next time I see you. Bye, see you next time. Hi, it's Saturday in the evening, so I finished my goal on castles in the sky. So I think everything around here was done, and the inner border, but not the checkerboard border. So I added the checkerboard border and added this symbol here, and all of the lower borders is new. So I added 1,907 stitches, and I am now at 20.07%. So I was able to reach my goal. I'm quite happy that in 3 days I can add 10% to this project. So it's, you know, the border is a bit quicker probably than the rest of the sampler because it's a repeating pattern, so I don't even have to look at markup so the checkerboard border I mean. So it goes a lot quicker than the other stuff in the sampler, so I'm not too sure if I can finish the sampler in like only a few days, but yeah, I'm quite happy with the progress. Yeah, and I'm happy I pulled through and did all the stitches and I stitched most of it in hand. So let me spin the wheel again and see what I will work on next. I think this will be the last project before I end the video and upload it, and then I think for the next projects I do a new part. So, sorry, I already clicked without showing you. I'm not betraying you, I promise. So, big red ship. This is a 40 count pattern. This is from Ink Circles. I will show you here where it was last, because, or let me pull it up and probably show you. Otherwise, I will show you here where it was, and then I will show you where I get to. But I will probably continue on the upper borders where I already was at the beginning of the year. But yeah, see you later. So this is quite a big fabric, especially for being on 40 count. This is the Big Red Ship of Life by Ink Circles. I'm currently at, let me see, I'm currently at 3.1%. Sorry, my hair is cut off, but I hope you're okay with it. So yeah, this is where I'm at, or as I have shown you on the fabric. So there's still a ton to be done, but yeah, I'm at 3.13% of 61,000 stitches. So I will probably try to get to 3,000 stitches, like here. This will probably get me to a bit less than 5%, so let's maybe try to do get to 3,500 stitches, which will probably get me to 5%. So let's make the goal 5% on Big Red Ship of Life. So I will see you when I have to show you some of the progress, and yeah, or if anything changes or anything other interesting. But yeah, I will see you in a few days, and then I will wrap up this video. Thank you, bye. So it's the next day. I got a ton of stitching done. So I got done, let me check, 1,169 stitches. So here you can see it. I had 3 of the pieces of the red repeats done, and now 3 more, and I got to the halfway point of the border. So at this peak it's the halfway point. So yeah, I'm quite happy where I got to. So only 4 times this border, only 3 more times the same pattern, the same amount of stitching, and I have all the border done. The border is quite hefty, so I hope it's none of the other parts are going a bit easier and not that many repeats, but otherwise I'm happy with what I've got done. I love how the stitches look on the 40 count. This is stitched with 1 thread of floss over 2 fabric threads. So it looks quite delicate, and especially with this pattern, I think it gives it a really nice look. And as you can see, 40 count fabric, especially in the raw linen, it looks like regular fabric, so it doesn't look like cross-stitch fabric, which I like. It's harder to stitch on, but yeah, overall I'm quite happy. And I got to 5.01%, so I kept it at exactly where I had to get to, or where I planned to get to. So yeah, I'm quite happy. I still have 58,800 stitches to do on this project, so it will be in my project rotation for quite some time. But yeah, let's spin the wheel again. And it's No Time Like the Present by Modern Folk Embroidery. So let me see. So this is actually another pattern that I have quite available, because I already worked on it this year as well. So this is where it's currently at. So I got the full border around done, and yeah, I don't know exactly where I will work on, but my plan is to do at least 1000 stitches, maybe a bit more if it goes well, but I don't have specific plans on it. Yeah, I think I have about 10,000 stitches to go, probably more. But yeah, I will get to you. Hi everyone, so welcome back. I'm sorry I was just very busy the last few days and there's a lot going on with like a small child. So I got my 1000 stitches done on Modern Folk Embroidery, No Time Like the Present. It's the style from 2024, I think. I'm pretty sure. So when I saw it last time, I had started some of the second border, so not the lower one, but this one. So I finished all the blue stitches on this, so I continued with the blue thread and stitched up here and added those small motifs. So it's not that exciting, so I guess for me it's exciting, but it's like 1020 stitches, so I didn't get a ton more done. Maybe I will stitch on it outside of the wheel spinning for a bit, because it would be nice to get it closer to a finish this year. I think around here would be the year, so I will probably leave this part out unless I'm closer to a finish, and I'm sure I'm in the right year, so I don't have to rip it out and fix it, because I usually do the year I'm finishing stuff in this. But yeah, still a ton to do. Everything up here is already finished, but yeah, I like to stitch it in hand, because at the beginning I didn't talk a ton about it, but this is a 20 count Ada from XQ Design. Yeah, and stitched 1/1 full cross with XQ hand-dyed thread, so I really like the modeling I got with it. Yeah, overall I really like it. Also the fabric is super soft. I really enjoy stitching on it, because the last few times I also stitched on some permin linen, which is very stiff. I guess they add some kind of stiffening or starch stuff to it. I would probably, if I use them again and stitch with hand-dyed threads on permin linen, not this one, but like the one where my mirabilia is on, I would wash it beforehand to get it to a bit more softness, because I'm afraid that some creases that get in there because of the stiffness I won't get out just with ironing it, and if I use hand-dyed threads I can't wash it after stitching, so I would probably recommend washing it before, but yeah, just some random facts. I don't know, I thought I would end the video about here, but today I'm not feeling up to editing, but I will end it here and film the intro to my next video, so I won't spin the wheel in this video. It would probably add for a fun cliffhanger, but I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm just sorry my brain's not working super great right now, but yeah, I will film the intro for the next video, and yeah, see you next time, I guess. I think it was a ton of stitching this year. I'm quite happy with the progress, and I think I got about a ton of stitching in about I got a ton of stitching done in I think more than five projects. Yeah. So up for next few weeks of stitching and maybe getting some stuff finished. Let me pull up. I got one small finish for a small pattern I did. 1 second. I got this one finished. This is a design by myself. It's Ouroboros, like the self-eating snake, with an all-seeing eye in the middle and some backstitch stars. Yeah, I'm quite happy. It's about 1010 stitches, so it's a very small stitch. It's stitched on a 32 count terracotta linen. I think it's a tile fabric, so it's just very standard fabric, and yeah, with just 4 colors. Yeah, I think it's 2 yellows, 5 colors, sorry, with the darker shadows up here. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how it turned out, how the stitching went. I stitched it in hand, but yeah, I tried to make the stitches look as neat as possible, and I popped it in this frame. I will probably add the glass, but you can see it better when I don't have a glass on it. Glass, however you would pronounce it, because it reflects otherwise. And yeah, I haven't finished the bag, so I just popped it in for some cute pictures, and yeah, this is how it went. But I will see you in the next video. I think this took long enough. I hope you're okay. I hope you had fun stitching on it, watching me stitch on stuff, and I hope maybe you stitched on some stuff while watching. Yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.